Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Talks, and we're back here for another YouTube video for my Clash of Kings round. As y'all know, week one, we played II, and we beat him 1-0. My team overall won that week. I believe we won 5-2. And yeah, pretty powerful start to the season. So week two, we got a lot of confidence, and we're playing against Fires of the Crown Tundra, who I believe lost week one. So we have a lot of confidence going into the series, and I believe I'm like first match of the week or some shit. We're playing against their captain Luffy, and we're coming into this matchup strong, confident, and we put in the work to make sure we had a good team going into this. So let's get into the matchup, my thought process. Y'all can sit back, get your notepad, get some popcorn, cause we're gonna be in for a ride here. So let's get into it. So as y'all know, I'm sticking with what I had success with week one with this torn versatility based balance or no versatility based bulky offense team. Well, he's got a looks like he's got some torn G King going on with Hydra. And then I think what their team realized is that was super fucking expensive, so the rest of their team looks shit, to be honest. And then they have like no mega, so it is what it is. It's not a very good team, but I'm not one to underestimate. So we came in swinging. So let's get into what I brought. So I'm bringing overall Spadef based Torn, which can live a Specs Draco from the Hydra, and it can balance or it can blanket check everything on his team. His flying resist is a Molga, so I figured why don't we bring just defensive Hurricane and kill everything. Knock helps early game, and then we're gonna U-turn out on things that we need chip on, and then I mean, overall, that release blanket checked every single mon on his team, so that covers me up defensively a lot of the time. And then the next mon we slapped on this team is defensive helmet Rotom for that Shifu Rapid, for the pert flip turns, for the torn U turns if it's low, and then for the Hydra U turns, and for the Emolga U turns, and for the SDS Cav. And we're packing rest on it, because I figured through mocks that like rest made it a lot more sustainable throughout the game, and it made me a little bit more confident in checking that Shifu throughout the entirety of the game. So, yeah, we're just bringing standard helmet rest, volt pump Willow House with SDS cab if it decides to come. But yeah, those are my two main defensive checks to everything on his team. So now let's get into our big hitters, big swingers or sluggers, one could say. We're bringing three attacks mixed, protect Mega Chomp, protects for that Hydra if he decides to, if I figure out specs or Scarf early game, I can go ahead and protect if it tries to revenge me, and scout what move it's gonna go for, and then play out from there. EQ and a Draco is a guarantee kill on per always. Um, and Edge is for that Torn. So what I predicted was he's gonna go for some icy wind shit and try and bait my Chomp for chip. So we're just gonna go Edge and bait him back, reverse bait one could say, and just O-code that Torn right off the bat. So this is our main offensive threat going into the matchup alongside Torn. And then we decided to slap on a Scarf Zarude to counter his Scarfers. It outspeeds Scarf Hydra, outspeeds Scarf Urshifu. He gives me Unmon that outspeeds their Torn. And, this matchup allows me to go Adamant because their speed tiers aren't very good. So, those four attacks in general can hit the entirety of the team. And I'm mainly going to be clicking U-turn, but if I get players right, I can really nuke stuff if I want to. So yeah, I figured that was a pretty good bring going into this matchup. I mean, as y'all can probably tell, I had a lot easier time prepping for this matchup compared to week one, despite the hacks that happened in week one. So yeah, Steelix. Steelix is our universal G King hard counter. As y'all know, Steelix hard counters the fuck out of G King. There isn't much G King can do for it. So we're bringing more of an offensive variant with head smash, toxic, EQ rocks. So what we plan on doing is leading this, getting up rocks or toxic in the pert, and then we're gonna head smash is a guaranteed kill on Torn after rocks, and it nukes the fuck out of Hydra, and then Earthquake's a guaranteed Tuco on Max, Black Sludge G King, and with head smash it has enough coverage to hit the entire team with toxic and EQ, so it actually puts on a lot more offensive pressure than some of my mons can this matchup. I'd argue that it puts on more offensive pressure than Zarut does. It's pretty good in this matchup. This is a great Steelix matchup. So then our last mon, I decided to give me a little bit of a momentum mon because we could afford it. These I figured I could win the match with these first five mons, but we slapped on E button Diancie to get the little cherry on top. It's another G King check. It gives us Encore for G King for like setup G King. We can baton pass out for momentum. It's the same set we brought week 1. We got Heal Belt to give me a little bit of synergy with the rest Rotom and to help preserve it throughout the game. And then Diamond Storm to just hit everything on his team. Then we just got an E button to send it down on the Hydra or the Torn and then establish momentum that way and deny their momentum. So I figured it's a pretty good bring that way. And yeah, overall, I think this was honestly a 10 out of 10 build. We benched the Nape. The Nape's not very good against. Nape's just not a very good mon to bring against dual bulky water plus, Torn G King. It's just a little hard to bring it in matchups like that. It was definitely bringable, but I figured that Diancie was a little bit better, just in case he catches us off guard and we need to get back on the front foot. So, yeah, that's our team going into this. As y'all can see, it's a very easy matchup. And we have a great team going into this. So I wasn't really scared. I was going to talk about like the things I was scared of going into this match, but I prepped for just about anything I was scared of. So they're literally not scary anymore. I mean, maybe like Plot Torn, but like Steelix eats one. We have a Max Spedef Diancie for Plot Torn. We're not really afraid of that. We have a Rotom. So, I mean, as long as I don't throw and let my defensive counters go down early, then I win this game 100% of the time, confidently. So, yeah, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put some music on, and we're going to head into the matchup, or into the match. So, as y'all know, my game plan is lead in Steelix, getting up rocks. The only thing that denies that is a potential Hydra lead that could be Specs or Taunt, so we're going to go ahead and scout that. So we lead Steelix, and he does lead Hydra, so we have to go Torn here, just to scout what he clicks. And it does reveal that it is Specs Hydra. So now, turn 1, we know it's Specs Hydra. That is huge. It guarantees the win for us. We turn out into Zerud since he decides to stay in, and then we fire off a U-turn of our own. And this is free Steelix. We can just get our rocks right back up. We can just rock into Toxic and catch the perk coming in. And I believe that's what we do. And yes, we do Toxic there. And then here we can just go Rotom for free to try and catch a flip turn. Or no, we get greedy and go for a little Earthquake chip. That's also a pretty good play since Rocks is pretty obvious. So that's a good punish. Now I assume we go Torn. Yeah, we go Torn on a flip turn just in case they Toxic. And from here we live any electric move, so we can just go ahead and knock. And as they U-turn out, so we get the mind game advantage on that turn, and then they go into Pert, so here we can just U-turn out right into Rotom, punish it with Helmet Chip. If they decide to Toxic, we have Heal Bell and Diancie late game anyways, so we're not really worried about that. So we can go right into Rotom on a flip turn as they Toxic. So here Pump's free. We basically get a kill with Pump, since we have Rocks up and their Hydra's already chipped a little bit. So yeah, we get a kill with Pump. Sorry, I got the hiccups. We got a kill with Pump. And then here we can go Diancie, scout what they want to click, E button out, right back into Torn or Zerud. If they Dark Pulse, we go Zerud, and then get a free U-turn out into whatever we want. See, this is what I'm saying. This E button tech into offensive to put us right back on the front foot right after they sack them on trying to get more momentum for their team. This is some game-changing shit. This is some meta shit that everybody should be running, low-key. Especially in offensive matchups like this. Anyways, we go into Zerud, and we fire off a U-turn on as they go Torn. So from here we can go into Chomp and try and bait an Icy Wind by Stone Edging. And I believe that's what we do. So we go ahead and Mega Evolve here, munch the Icy Wind, and we Stone Edge here, knocking out the Torn. There goes Torn. So now it's a 6v4, and from this, Torn and Pert are both dead, so it's pretty impossible to lose. Here, Protect comes into play. We know that we're clicking Pulse, so we go right into our Diancie. Our Max F Diancie, that is. And it takes nothing. So from here, we can go ahead and probably Heal Bell off the Rotom, so we keep it healthy. Yeah, we do. And from here, we can just Diamond Storm and Encore the G-King on whatever it wants to click. It decides the Future Sight, so that's a free Encore, and it's a Baton Pass right into Zerud to block the Future Sight going up in there. I believe that's what we do here. We Baton Pass right out into Zerud and we block that Future Sight from doing anything. So from here, Rock Slide's pretty free. He doesn't have to resist other than Shifu. And nobody goes Shifu on Zerud, let's be real. So from here, we can go right into our Steelix. It's our hard counter to this G-King. He decides to Sludge Bomb and we get him there. This is a free EQ into Head Smash, and he doesn't really have anything he can do about it. We predict the Hydra coming in on the EQ, but he goes Shifu instead. So we Head Smash and do about 17% to this. So from here we can sack off Dynasty, go Rotom, and Volt for free, and that guarantees our win. So we go Rotom here. And we also block the future side by doing that. So from here we just go ahead and Volt switch out as he takes Helmet Chip, and he is revealed an obby choice now. So we Volt out, go right into our Torn, U-turn, claim a kill that way. There goes Hydra. Torn's back at full. Then we go Steelix to deny the G-King and force in the Shifu. So from here we can sack Rotom with Helmet, get a little bit more chip, go Torn, and win the game with Torn. So a pretty clean game overall, no hacks was involved. Game plan worked out perfectly, and it worked out better than I even imagined. I mean, he wasn't really using a very good team, but you know, it's their fault for drafting that team, you know what I mean? Give credit where credit's due. But we go ahead and Earthquake here since we're a semi-offensive Licks, and we kill the Shifu from 32 with EQ. Steelix is a beast. Steelix is a beast this matchup especially. So we go ahead and Earthquake this one more time, and we knock it out. Ice Beam does only 27 to our Steelix. And yeah, GG's to Luffy. That is our Week 2 game, putting us up 2-0. And a confident 2-0 at that. So I'm really confident coming into Week 3. So yeah, stay tuned tomorrow for my Week 3 game. And yeah, I'll catch y'all later. Have a good one.